this is Kanaya, and today we're gonna talk about how do you show empathy on aggression. Like, just in case if someone was showing aggression to you or towards another person. So now, because of that the fact that every behavior has a consequences, and because of the fact that so because of the fact that sometimes people can be aggressive about a lot of things, and I know you can't control how people should act, but if you tell them in a nice and polite way, then maybe maybe if maybe they'll stop doing it, because is very important to show empathy based on their feelings, their knowledge, and your understanding of their feelings. So now let's see what aggression means real quick, so I can explain to y'all what it's all about. What is what is this all about? Well, what's it all about? So let me see. What's aggression? so let's see. So aggression is a type of behavior intended to cause physical or mental. Let me see. So aggression is behavior intended to cause harm or to injury, either physical or physiological, to another person, animal, or an object. It's a broad term encompassing a range of actions from verbal threats to insults to a physical attacks and properly damage. While often linked to anger, aggression is distance, as it involves the intent to harm, whereas anger is the feeling or emotion. So let's see what it means. So here's a more detailed breakdown. Intent to harm. The core element of aggression is the intentions to cause harm and injury. So either way, they might show their aggression to someone else, and it's not like it's kind of like when you like yell or you scream or you get frustrated and stuff like that. So intent to harm. The core element of aggression is the intentions to cause harm or injury. This can either be physical, hitting, kicking, or physiological insults, threats. Different forms. Aggression can manifest in various forms, including physical aggression, includes actions like hitting, punching, kicking, or using objects to harm. Verbal aggression involves using words to hurt or threaten, such as insults, yelling, or name calling. Physiological aggression includes behaviors intended to cause emotional or mental distress, such as manipulations, intimidations, or social exclusion. Types of aggression: reactive aggression, a response to a perceived threat or provocation, often accompanied or accompanied or accompanied wait in the world accompanied by strong emotions like anger. So, because what it is they showing anger towards others. Accompany. Let me see. Let's go back. Accompanied by strong emotions like anger. Proactive aggression, attentionally aggression used to achieve a goal such as gaining dominance or obtaining something through force. Relationships to anger. While anger is a common precursor to aggression, it's not the same thing. Anger is an emotional anger is an emotion, while aggression is a behavior or action taken. Distinction for violence. Violence is often considered a more extreme form of physical aggression involving severe physical harm or injury. Aggression can encompass a wide range of behaviors, including those that are not overly violent. Examples of aggression: a child hitting another child on a playground is an example of a physical aggression. A person yelling and cursing at a colleague during an argument is an example of a verbal aggression. Spreading rumors to damage someone's reputation is an example of a physiological aggression. Intentionally damaging someone's property is also considered aggression. Understanding the different forms and types of aggression is critical for addressing and managing aggressive behavior effectively, whether in individuals or broader social contexts, according to health and physiological resources. Let's see. So, responding to aggression with empathy can help de-escalate tense situations and foster more positive interactions. By acknowledging the other person's feelings and perspective, even if you don't agree with their behavior, you can create a space for understanding and potentially reduce the likelihood of further escalations. Here's how you show empathy in the face of aggression. Number 1. Acknowledge and validate. Listen actively. Listen to what the person is saying, both verbally and non-verbally. Try to understand their perspective and emotion driving their aggressions. So, let's see, what can the person say if another person shows aggression? Let's see. So now let's see. Let's say if another person was showing aggression, like let's say the person got angry with them because of the fact that they made a one little mistake or they misheard them or they didn't understand what they were saying. So let's put it this way. So the person's angry and the other person's trying to figure out what they're saying, and now is a conflict between them that they don't know what is going to happen between them. So now, because of the fact that you're trying to listen, so it's kind of like you listen to both sides of the story. Like, so now it's not like you know what's going on between one person to another. So first you listen to one person and then you listen to another person. So it's kind of like you have to listen to both sides of the story. Or it can be more than two sides of the story, you never know. So now it's kind of like the difference, right? Because last week last week I was explaining to you guys, not last week, the week before that I was saying like we should show empathy and feel like what it feels like and understand what it feels like to be in someone else's shoes. So we already did that, so now we're already doing that and seeing what's going on in this person's situations. So now to do that, you have to pay close attention to what the person is saying, both verbally and non-verbally. Try to understand their perspective and emotions driving their aggressions. Use validating statements. Phrases like, I can see that you're upset, or it sounds like you're really frustrated, can help the other person feel heard and understood. Reflect their feelings. Summarize what you hear them saying to confirm your understanding and show that you're making an effort to grasp their experience. Number 2, focus on the underlying needs. Identify the unmet needs behind every aggression. Identify the unmet need behind every aggressive behavior. There isn't often an unmet need or emotion. Try to understand what they are trying to communicate through their anger. Offer support. Let them know you're there to help them find a solution or address their needs. For example, you could say, what can I do to help you feel better right now? Number 3, communicate calmly and respectfully. Maintain a calm tone. Your tone of voice can significantly impact the interaction. Try to speak calmly and avoid raising your voice. That's what some people do a lot. They be raising their voice and gaslighting them or whatever. They be raising their voice for nothing. Like, at least try to understand what the person is feeling. Because if you raise your voice and be like, you said what? This person did what? I know they get a reaction out of this. So whatever the person did, they probably going to get a reaction out of that. Avoid blame or judgment. Focus on the situation and emotion evolve rather than blaming the individuals. Because sometimes it's not the individuals. It could be the other person, or if they get upset with a little problem and the person is trying to tell them something, you can just let them know that the person who is trying to help you, they didn't say nothing to try to be mean. They just trying to inform you for what you did and that you don't do it again. So that's not blame or judgment. It's like you're trying to get the person to understand, but sometimes it's not the individual, it's the other person that's causing problems, and that needs to start listening to facts about how the other person might feel if they show this kind of behavior. Number 4, remember, empathy is not agreement. You don't have to condone the behavior. Showing empathy doesn't mean you agree with the aggression. You can acknowledge their feelings while still disagreeing with their actions. Like, for example, you can use this term, phrases like, I'm not happy with the way that you behave, or I'm not happy with your behavior. Stuff like that. That's disagreeing with their actions. So now it's important to set boundaries. So set boundaries. It's important to set boundaries and protect yourself from harmful behavior. You can say, I'm happy to listen, but I won't tolerate yelling. By practicing empathy, you can help de-escalate aggression, foster understanding, and build more positive relationships even in challenging situations. So you know what we can do to deal with this situation. So if let's say if they show aggression, if they're already aggressive or they're already aggravated, that's another word. That's a little bit different from aggression. Aggravated means like you're angry, or you frustrated, you're upset. Those are these are different definitions. So let me see real quick, because aggravated can be a different word than aggression. So let's say, let's see, because aggravated can be a different word. So let's say, so aggravated can mean either to make a situation worse or to annoy someone. The first meaning, to make the situation worse, is the more formal and generally preferred usage. The second meaning, to ignore someone, in a common to informal language. So yes. So that's what aggravated is. So now we're going to go back to aggression. So let's see. What can you say if they show aggression towards another person? Because this can really help the other person to feel like, so this can make the person understand you can't act this way towards another person because it's going to make them feel uncomfortable, you know? So no. If you witness someone showing aggression towards another person, your response should priority safety and de-escalation and de-escalation should prioritize safety and de-escalation. The specific phrases you can use depend on the situation and your comfort level, but here are some general approaches and phrases keeping safety in mind. Number one. Number one. Directly address the behavior if safe and appropriate. Number one. Directly address the behavior if safe and appropriate. Excuse me, please don't talk to person's name like that. Or or What you are saying, doing is inappropriate. Is inappropriate. This is a direct approach, but be prepared for a potential negative reaction. I like to finish what was being said if you're the target. Number two, seek to de escalate and understand. It's understandable that you're upset. Can we talk about this calmly? Or I hear that you're frustrated. This acknowledge this acknowledges feelings while setting a boundary. Is there anything I can do to help, or is there anything that can help? This shows empathy and a willingness to find a solution. Let's figure out a way how to take care of this situation in a positive way. It is important to understand why you are upset so that it's possible to know how to respond. Number three, create a diversion or interruptions. Can you help with something? A simple unrelated question to interrupt. Michael was looking for you. Or can you help with the photocopier? Creating a reason for the aggressor to disengage. Focus. Number four, focus on the target of aggression if direct intervention isn't possible. Are you okay? I noticed what happened. Would you like to talk about it? I'm here for you. Set boundaries. It's not possible to listen when you are yelling. Please don't speak in that tone. Number six, knowing when to disengage. Seek help. I don't want to fight if the situation escalates. I'm going to step away for a moment if the situation is too intense. If anyone is in immediate danger, call 911. Important considerations. Staying calm is critical to avoid escalating the situation. Prioritize safety. Do not interfere do not interfere physically unless absolutely necessary, and if it is safe to do so. Do not respond with aggression. It will likely make things worse. Be assertive, but avoid being hostile. Because some people be hostile about a lot of things, and this doesn't really make sense to me. Some things you can, but not everything has to be hostile. Let me see.
Hostels.
Hostiles. So, hostile generally means showing or feeling oppositions or antagonism. It can describe an enemy, unfriendly behavior, or an environment that is difficult to deal with. In a broader sense, it could also refer to actions or situations that are opposed to someone's interests or well-being. So let's go back. Document and report any continued or serious behavior to the proper authorities or people in charge. Offer solutions if the aggression stems from a specific problem. So the best approach depends on the specific of the situation. Always prioritize always prioritize safety and trust instincts. So now, so if someone shows aggression towards another person, then you can start by having a conversation with them and letting them know, I realized that you were showing aggression towards another person, and the other person felt like they wasn't being heard or understood. So, by any chance, could you, by any chance, would you like to talk about what happened, or what did that person did that was getting you into that position? Or you can let them know that the behavior was inappropriate, so what you were saying or doing was inappropriate, and I didn't like how you was treating the other person, that you were showing aggression towards the other person. So let's figure out how to take care of the situation in a positive way. Or let's see. So if they continue to yell, you can say it's not possible to listen when you are yelling. Or please don't talk to me in that tone. So if the aggression stops, so the aggression happens again. So now, to end what you're saying, you could say, let's say, if you show aggression now, in the future, could you not show your aggression towards another person in the future? Because the other person felt like they wasn't heard or not being understood. So if the aggression continues, you have the right to step away for a moment and take 5 minutes or take some time for yourself, So now, or you can draw the line with them and says, if you continue to show aggression towards another person, then we'll have a serious problem, because you know how the actions affects other people, and people don't like to feel down or upset. So now, I hope these tips helps you in the video, and I hope you like, subscribe, and comment down below on my YouTube video. Thanks for watching.